Señoras y señores, happy game day to all. Welcome on in, everyone, to today's citywide special. It is Thursday, September 14th. And, of course, if you guys can't tell, it's game day. Guys, it's game day. Go Birds, go Eagles, Vamos Los Águilas, EAGLES, all the above. What's going on, guys? Appreciate everyone tuning on into today's edition of Citywide Special. Obviously, it is game day, so we're going to be looking at today's game. Eagles welcoming the Minnesota Vikings, an old friend of ours, coming into Lincoln Financial Field. It's a home opener, so obviously the vibes are proceeding. We got fans at 4:30 in the morning showing up to those fucking parking lots with beers and shenanigans. That's crazy. You know what? If I were to ask my fiance, yo, babe, can I go to the Eagles tailgate, but get this, at 4 in the morning, she would kick me the fuck out. So kudos to that guy. I wish I had that financial stability. I wish I had the employment stability as well. But that's the beauty of Philadelphia. The city gets it. It's a beautiful thing, and that's why I want to do this, because I love that shit. I love that shit. But welcome on in, guys. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. We're live on DSM-Media, of course, and of course we're live on TikTok. TikTok, do me a solid. Smash that screen away. Tap, tap, tap away. At 5:10 Eastern time today, we will have Brian Cameron from Philly Sports Network, host of Flipping the Birds podcast. He talks all things Eagles over Philly Sports Network. He's going to come on in and help us preview this game here tonight. Obviously, I know everyone's excited about the home opener, but we're going to leave that for last year today. We obviously have some Phillies talk. Obviously, not a bright spot right now in Phillies Nation. We'll talk about last night's debacle. And, of course, the Philadelphia are gearing up Saturday for a big Eastern Conference clash against Cincinnati. We need to talk about that as well. Of course, I want to look at the comment section real quick. What's up, guys? Comment section's open. We're live here on YouTube, live here on TikTok with the comment sections. Please drop your comments, questions, concerns, predictions, whatever it may be. Please drop it in the comment sections. I want to hear from you guys. We'll be reading those as the live portion goes on. This is an interactive show. If you didn't know, if you don't know, now you know. I'm not finishing that line, but right now, my man, what's going on, Parce? What's happening, man? Listen, right now, you haven't given us that Real Madrid update. You're our honorary Madridista, so we need you to give us that update, man. What's up, TikTok? TikTok keeps smashing that screen away. What's happening? How we feeling? How we doing? Happy game day. Go Birds. Go Birds. Jason's giving us the Go Birds. We got he doesn't have a name. It's a gorilla. I'm gonna call you Rilla. What's up, Rilla? What's up, Rill? Go Birds. That's right. Go Birds. Rilla is a Birds fan. I like that. Rilla says Jalen Hurts 3 touchdown passes and a rushing touchdown. That would be one more for each rushing and throwing that Jalen Hurts had last year against Minnesota. We'll talk about that as well. What's up, Rilla? What's going on, my man? See, Jason, I appreciate you throwing those likes in there. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. All right, let's get into the citywide special today, and let's also get into the poll of the day. So, of course, this week, we're sticking with what we know best. Today's citywide special: aguardiente del Valle de Cauca, el blanco del Valle, sin azúcar, always without sugar. We got Guarito is our shot of the day. And today I'm actually going to partake into some drinking because I already worked out. Did that before this. And number two, it's game day. So I think it's right to crack one open. So today, of course, we're keeping it simple, keeping it classic, keeping it clean. High noon sun sips. You guys aren't familiar. High noons, I mean, ask around. Okay. Ask around. We got the grapefruit edition here today of the high noons. Fantastic, expensive, but fantastic. So that is our citywide special of the day. Of course, we got everyone's favorite shot glass. Guado and high noons. What a better way for a game day here. YouTube is getting motorboated and TikTok is getting motorboated. Salute. Jason, that's correct, man. Do not spill it. Do not spill it. That's correct here. We'll crack this one open here. Salute. Not motorboating you on this one, but you're going to get nooned. Salute. Salute. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm a huge grapefruit person. I even love the grapefruit. So that's actually fantastic. That's perfect for me. I don't not a big mimosa guy, so but I would definitely do the champagne with the grapefruita. You feel me? That's a good combo. That's a good combo. Real Madrid at 3 p.m. So they're playing now, right? So what's the score? You know what? We got you right now. You know we got you, bruh. We got you. Thank you, Mac. I know how to work my Mac, though. That's very sweet of you, though, to ask. Just because Reynald's that dude, we're going to give him that Real Madrid update here. When you're that dude, guys, I'll give you whatever. Okay, so I see what you're saying. So, Real Madrid facing off against Real Sociedad, 3 p.m. this Sunday. Now, Reynald, next Wednesday, I'm in on that. Champions League, Real Madrid versus Union Berlin. Brandon Aronson going up against Reynald's Real Madrid. I'm in on that. Give me that all damn day. I love it. I love it. All right, let's get into today's poll of the day. And, of course, you guys are more than welcome to participate in the poll of the day. Make sure you guys are following on Twitter if you don't already, at Barcelona Philly. And today's poll of the day. It's simple. I just want to know your score prediction. That's really all I want to know. So, obviously, game day, Birds versus Vikings. I want to know your score, the predictions here. No one's throwing score predictions, but obviously, as expected, the Eagles dominating the poll right now, 88.9% to the Vikings, 11.1%. Now we only have 9 votes. So, guys, go head on over. Put your votes in. Let's hear what you guys have to say. Drop your predictions. You could drop it here in the comment section of this tweet here on my Twitter account. You could drop it here on YouTube. You could drop it right here on TikTok as well. Drop your predictions there. Jake's already throwing his in there. You guys can do the same thing as well in any comment section you guys desire. Reynald's already given his predictions. We'll get to those at the end of this as well, for sure. I like it. Okay. I want to start off today talking about the Phils, the Fightins, all right? Disappointing. For sure, super disappointing to see that in a game yesterday where, I don't know about you guys. Me personally, going into the series against the Braves this week, I really thought that the Phillies would split. To think that they would win the series, the Braves are still the Braves, and they still give us problems in the regular season. I thought that going away, coming out of that series with a split, that's perfect. The problem is what they did over the weekend against the Marlins. That was unacceptable. Okay, and Dennis, you're 100% right. The bullpen, you know what? It's not even just that. Dennis, I'm sorry. Dennis, not even just that. This team in general cannot get on the same page. You have 1 week, or let's just put it in series. You have one series where the bats are the problem. Like overall, the bats were much more clutch throughout this series. Obviously, it's hard to kind of argue that when you lost a series 3-1. But it's the bats one series. It's the starting pitching another series. It's the bullpen the other series. These guys can't get all on the same page, and that's the problem. And talking about the bats, when one guy struggles, it feels like it's a chain reaction instead of the other way around. The guys picking each other up, and it's super duper frustrating. Now, yesterday in the game, obviously, Christopher Sanchez starts. You really needed a good outing from Christopher Sanchez. And you know what the worst part about it is? Christopher gave you a solid, honestly, I would say more than solid. I thought he gave you a really good performance. You're talking 7 1/3 innings pitch, allowing only 8 hits, 4 earned, and he had 10 strikeouts, guys. I mean, like, he needs some help. And obviously the Braves can hit with the best of them. By the way, on paper, we should be doing the same thing, but we're not. And these are the problems here. These are the problems that we're running into. And like, I know Topper, I've criticized Topper as well with some of the lineups, some of the decisions with the bullpen. But at the end of the day, we can criticize him all we want. But at the end of the day, these guys who play this sport are the ones that are ones to blame here. It's just super frustrating, man. Martin Covey did a solid job closing this game out. But like, you only had 4 hits yesterday. 1 run to show for it. 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position. And the Braves came in here yesterday like they were trying to close out the NLCS. And that's what they did. They are ready for the playoffs. Now, obviously, the big debate, the big story of this game wasn't the actual game, but what transpired after this baseball game. I'll pull it up here real quick. I want to make sure first. Okay, we're good there. All right. Give me 2.5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Wow, I really did a number on all these posts that I freaking liked here. All right, here we go. We're cool. Tim Kelly. I just followed Tim Kelly today. It's good follow. Good follow. Phillies beat writer. I think he's Philly Insiders or Philly Sports Nation. Phillies Sports Nation. But either way, we're gonna show you guys this one. So here you go. So here is the graphic. So after the game, obviously the Braves won the division. They're the NL East champs again for the 6th time in a row. I think 7 out of the last 8, if I'm not mistaken. But regardless, I lost track because every year I know living in this fucking division, the Braves are gonna win it. It sucks that we've got to that point, but I know they're gonna win the division, and that sucks. Absolutely sucks. It sucks that we have to watch them celebrate on our fucking diamond as they win another NL East title. We had aspirations after the World Series run that we had last year to get to that spot and win this damn division. And we didn't. We failed. I want everyone to understand that we failed to win this division. Now, the debate is what you see right here on this graphic. And TikTok, if you guys want to check this out on my YouTube channel, link is in the bio. Linktree's in the bio, man. So obviously the Phillies, who are a classy organization, professionals through and through, did what majority of baseball would do. And they congratulated them. Very subtle. It's on the big board. They just congratulated them for winning the 2023 NL East. Now, the majority of Philadelphia, I feel like majority of Philadelphia was up in arms with this. As I always do, I come to you guys with my real and honest opinion. Not saying it's the right opinion, but I'm saying it's my truthful, honest opinion. I keep it real 100% with you. What the Phillies did was the correct thing to do. Obviously, it pisses us all off. Nobody wants to, I don't want to fucking see this. But at the end of the day, if it happens, dude, it doesn't hurt to throw a little graphic on the fucking big board. Because the same way the Astros did the same thing to you last year when you clinched the wild card, most teams are going to do the same thing as well. I get it. They're the division rivals. If you're so upset that the Phillies did this, why aren't you upset with the Phillies for not winning the damn division? I feel like it's energy that it's being used for the incorrect source. Be mad at the Phillies themselves, not at the front office or not at the. This is realistically stadium management that put this up. Don't be mad at them. They have no control that the Phillies couldn't do their job. The Phillies didn't do their job. So what better way to push these guys in the seat? You guys are sitting here telling me that Bryce and Trey Turner and Kyle Schwarber and Nick Castellanos are sitting there in that dugout and watching that fucking big board and thinking like, oh, okay, cool. No, they're fucking pissed. They're as pissed as we are. I'm sorry, But I'm mad at the team, the Philadelphia Phillies, not the organization. This is what you're supposed to do. All right, I know we look at sports and it's our opportunity to be a kid again, right? And think like when we were kids and think that Phillies, 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 and not think about the Phillies being an entity and a business. And these are things that you have to do as a business. I'm mad at the Phils. Not mad at the Phils for doing this. The Phils did this to themselves. I can only be mad at them. And that's my honest take, and that's my honest opinion about that. It just is what it is, man. Why would we put it on the scoreboard? Because where else are you going to put it? This is a normal thing. The same way the Astros did it for us. Now, I wasn't there. I don't know how long it was up there for. But at the end of the day, it's the classy thing to do, man. It's why the Phillies have a good name throughout the league. It's what you do. Yes, I am so ready for tonight as well. So ready for tonight. The high noon grapefruit is amazing. It's really good. Very refreshing. Very tasty. Dennis has got the birds by 10. Okay. He's got the birds by 10. Okay. Bryce needs to lock in. I mean, it's the team. The team needs to lock in, man. The team needs to lock in. I mean, again, not right what Acuna did, but what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? See, my thing is that we're the fans. We're getting more pissed off than the actual team. And unfortunately, what Acuna did should affect the team, shouldn't affect us. Obviously, we're fans, we're attached to this. But you, the team, should be pissed off by that. Obviously, the fanatic didn't like it. Dude, it's the team has to step up, man. Bad pitching is our biggest issue. Dude, but pitching wasn't the problem last night. I mean, you got to help out Sanchez, bro. He allowed one home run. Yes, get that. But you got to help him out, man. I mean, do you think 4 hits and 1 run and 1 for 3 on running and scoring position is acceptable? Because I certainly don't. And yes, pitching has been a problem as well overall. But blame has to go throughout, man. Blame has to go throughout. But the bigger picture is that where we lost last year and went to the World Series. And, of course, that can happen again this year. But for now, yes, we're upset, man. But I'm hoping that this really, yes, right here. This right here, Jason. This exactly right here. I'm praying that this lights the fire under the Phils that they need, because I don't know what else to do at this point. I just have to hope that they're going to turn it. Right now, what you have to hope is that the Phillies go on again a similar run like they did last year. That's all you can hope for. Because right now, this team is not on the same page. The pitching, the starting pitching, the bullpen, the bats, nobody is on the same page. So what you got to do is hope that everybody is on the same page. And unfortunately, that is where we're at. That's where we're at, man. Thoughts on Chiefs after week 1? They're fine. They're fine. And it's funny, like, people coming into my comment section and say, oh, look, I told you Lions, they're not going to finish in last place. Which, you know what? I could be wrong about that. It's fine. I'm not going to be worried about preseason power rankings or preseason predictions. But I find it very interesting that, like, NFL fans, like, beat their chest after one game. And it's not like a playoff game. It's not like a December game. It's September. It's week 1. It's week 2. It's week 3. I find that super weird. It's even weirder in, like, baseball. 162 games. You know, when like you get a series against the Marlins or the Mets or the Nats, and they win 1 game out of 4, and they're like boasting that, dude, it's baseball. What are you boasting your chest for, bro? We got 162 of these bad boys. Where are you in October? That's what really matters. Shit's weird to me. I'm sorry, but this shit's weird to me. Let's move on real quick because we got Brian Cameron coming in here in about 8 minutes. I want to talk real quick about the Philadelphia Union because we're not going to be live. Reminder, if anyone doesn't know, tomorrow we will not be live. DSM-Media is off. We're shutting down operations for the day. Our boy Scotty's getting married. So if you guys follow Scotty Talk Sports on any social media, please congratulate him. Him and his beautiful fiance are finally getting married tomorrow. So make sure you guys show some love to our boy Scotty. But yes, no content tomorrow. So real quick, I want to talk about Saturday's matchup against Cincinnati. Now, we talked yesterday about the presser with Jim Curtin. Very good news, I would say. The biggest thing is that I was concerned about the depth that we would have. Now, Cincinnati as well will be struggling with that factor, considering the fact that their most important piece, an MVP candidate, Luciano Costa, is out. Yellow card accumulation, so he will not be available for Cincinnati. That's humongous. I can't even explain how big that will be here for the Philadelphia Union, because the fact of the matter is, in the attack for FC Cincinnati, it really goes through Luciano Costa. There's a reason why he's in the running for MVP this year. So not having him on the pitch is super big for the Philadelphia Union, but it's still a pretty dangerous team. They should still be intact, especially like in that back seven. So pretty much Cincinnati runs this 3-5-2. 3-5-2 or 3-4-1-2, however you want to call it. But pretty much Lucho is that creative guy. It's very, very similar to what the Union kind of run here. Honestly, it's very identical to what the Union run. It's so ironic, man. Whether it be the damn diamond or the damn three-man in the back, Cincinnati literally is just doing identical to what Philly's doing. Although Cincinnati's spending a little bit more money, and now they're getting more money than us on sales after that Brenner one. Vasquez, I think Vasquez is gone in the winter as well. But regardless, it's still a dangerous team. And I don't want to overlook Cincinnati without Acosta, because Vasquez should still be starting. Their replacement for Brenner, Aaron Bupenza, he's still trying to find his grounding, and he's coming back from international break with Gabon in Africa and the AFCON. So he probably will start. We will see. They still have Dominic Badji, which is crazy. Oh, Dominic Badji, talk about MLS lifers, MLS journeyman. That's journeyman through and through. So he's on Cincinnati. He should be an option there for Cincy. Sergio Santos is still available for Cincinnati, but if you are a Union fan and you've been around this team for a while, you know probably not best to start Sergio Santos considering his injury history. But like I said, back in the back seven, it's still pretty dangerous it's still pretty good for Cincinnati. Mosquera should be back for Cincy. Miazga and Hagelin, that's really been the main three in the back, and they've been doing a good job of holding things down for Cincy back there. Obviously, we have the better back line, but it's still really good. Mosquera, I'm familiar a little bit with Mosquera's game. We saw him actually earlier this year in TQL. He's very technical, very good with the ball at his feet. Miazga, obviously, former U.S. men's national team, international player. Hasn't really gotten called up, which is interesting. But he's still a really solid player, and they spent a lot of money on Miazga. And Hagelin is just solid. All right, he's solid. Celentano has been the goalkeeper here for Cincinnati, and they're coming off of a loss against Orlando. It's an upset loss. It was the first loss in a while. First loss in TQL this year, if I'm not mistaken, as well, which is huge because you were talking about Subaru Park, and that's actually going to be a factor for the match here upcoming on Saturday. The fact that the Union will be at home, but Cincinnati is pretty dominant as well at their home at TQL. So it's going to be interesting to see if if Cincinnati can come into Philly and try to steal some points, even without Luciano Acosta. But realistically, with the Philadelphia Union, I really feel like they can get the win. Cincinnati have never been in the spot. We're talking about a club that's been around in the MLS since 2019. They haven't had success in the MLS since last year. And all of a sudden, now they're the big boys. All right? They're the big guns. You know, they're first place in the Supporter Shield race. They're first in the East. They're pretty comfortably in first right now. So right now they have 57 points. New England's right behind them with 40, and it's really not right behind. It's 9 points behind Cincy, with 9 points. They have 48 points. Orlando has 46, and Orlando has 47. We have 46. It's ironic because Columbus is 45. So you guys can tell within that top five, and you could throw Orlando in there as well, who have 42. Those top six really can go either way. So for Cincinnati, it's important to get a result here this weekend, because they want to stay comfortably in that top spot. You want that top spot. You want that home field advantage throughout the playoffs, especially Cincinnati's proven that they have a home field advantage at TQL. So it should be interesting. But the health, being able to have Gazdag, Bueno back here for tomorrow. The Flock news was big because we were talking potentially not having him for the rest of the regular season and the playoffs up for grabs. But after a second opinion, seems like he could be back in 3 weeks, less than a month. It seems shorter. That's big. Having some depth in midfield. Yeah, obviously, we've had some injuries, some suspensions. That depth in the midfield took a little bit of a hit. Ali Bedoya, speaking of yellow card accumulation, will not be playing tomorrow. That's veteran leadership. But still, I think that for tomorrow, I think that they go back to the 4-4-2 diamond, especially with the fact that Cincinnati likes to run the 3-5-2. I want to try to exploit that back line. And I love having those two forward to kind of exploit those spaces in between those center backs. And then having Gazdag doing Gazdag tings. That's what I want to see. Kai Wagner, don't forget, is coming off of a 3-assist match against the Red Bull. Can he continue that? I don't know what Jim's thinking about the other side. I personally would go with Harriel because Cincinnati has some solid wingbacks. My boy Santi Arias, who unfortunately didn't get any playing time with Colombia, which is another frustration of mine. Dude, that was first. Just time out, 2 seconds. What the fuck happened in Chile? Dude, we look so inept. It was like watching, it was like watching Cincinnati like 2020 or 2019. Man. That was bad. But they have some quality fullbacks here in Cincy. And so, although I did hear, I think I heard Ray Gaddis may start alongside Badiel on the other side. Keep an eye out for that one. I'll keep an eye. There could be a Ray Gaddis appearance here on Saturday. Just keep an eye out there. Keep an eye out for that one. But we'll see. Obviously, I mean, if Ray Gaddis scores, we are going to lose our freaking minds if that's the case there. But I think 4-4-2 diamond, like I said, Wagner, Glezes, Elliott with Harriel. I think it Brujo back. You stick him back at the 6. McGlynn and Bueno as your shuttlers. Gazak at the tip. Carranza and Ure as your two forwards there, man. And look, treat this like a playoff match. You still have a chance to get a supporter shield. You still have a chance to take down Cincinnati, bring them back down to a peg. And it is here for the taking. It is absolutely here for the taking. I think that midfield, the biggest key to this match is going to be that midfield battle. Kubo should be replacing Acosta with suspension. And if that's the case, I mean, you tell me that diamond of Gazdag, McGlynn, Bueno, and Brujo against hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? I got so many tabs open right now. Listen, and Iwobu, you guys know, and Wobdu, I love that dude. That dude's a baller. Moreno, solid. And in Kubo, that is not raising any fear to me personally with our diamond midfield. And then Ure and Carranza exploiting those spaces. Yo, for Carranza, real quick, for Carranza, the board is set for Carranza. You heard Jim yesterday talk about, he confirmed what we all knew, the rumors about Olympiacos, but it's not just Olympiacos. There's clubs that are interested in Julian Carranza. All he has to do, it is so simple that it's hard to achieve. Like, it's one of those things, easier said than done. You have to keep up in this pace that he's on right now. I think he's tied right now in MLS play and with goals for the Union with Daniel Gazdag. Keep up this pace. If Carranza keeps up this pace, he's gone. For sure, he's gone. And we're talking like $7 to $10 million for Julian Carranza. Guys, that's the most we've ever received for a player. So, Carranza, it wouldn't hurt to score some goals to help us out and help you out. But at the end of the day, Cincinnati, it's going to be a tough one for sure. Pat Noonan, obviously, we didn't talk about that. He has the book on Jim. He knows the Union very, very well, obviously. But at the end of the day, it's going to come to mano y mano. Who wants it more? This is going to be a brawl. It's Cincy. It's Philly in 2023, ladies and gentlemen. I think the Union are ready for this again. They've done this before. Cincy haven't done this as much as the Union have. I like the Union tomorrow. I'm sorry, on Saturday. Give me that 2-1 score prediction. Obviously, we're talking birds, but if you guys want to throw your Union score predictions, you guys are more than welcome to do that as well. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Jason, enjoy your dinner. I'm starving as well, man. What you eating, boy? I'm hungry too, man. All right. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, what everyone's here for is to talk about the damn birds. So let's move forward to Eagles versus Vikings. And guys, I am extremely blessed and thankful to have on here today on the citywide special guest line from Philly Sports Network and the Flippin' the Birds podcast. Please give a warm welcome to my man, Mr. Brian Cameron. Brian!
What's going on, man? How you feeling?
Dude, I'm stoked, man. It's game day. I'm ready to beat down the fucking Vikings. Dude, I'm excited, man. How you feeling over there?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling, just semi-optimistic. Just trying to keep it tempered for the time being.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about, right? Because I feel the energy in the city, man. You feel it around. Like everyone's excited. Everyone is expecting for the Birds to do the same thing they did last year in week 2 against the Vikings. But obviously, you see the injury report. You saw the play last week against the Patriots. And for me, I'm right there with you. Like I'm optimistic, but it's not going to be like last year. This is not going to be easy. Obviously, real quick, we'll bring that up here. The injury report: Reed Blankenship, James Bradbury, Kenneth Gainwell, all out. Cox was questionable, more than likely a game time decision. But
Mhm.
Brian, those are 4 starters right off the bat, man. Especially, we're talking about a lethal passing attack with the Vikings. You struggled a little bit against the Patriots, who don't really have that good of a passing attack. You're missing half that secondary. We got to start off right there, man. How are we going to slow down Justin Jefferson, who we shut him down last year as well, and that passing attack for Minnesota?
The key ingredient would be to flutter Kirk Cousins. I mean, Mac Jones was getting the ball off his hands at like an impressive rate under 2 seconds. I don't foresee Kirk Cousins doing the same thing. Um, it's honestly going to be relying on Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Hassan Reddick, and them boys. Vikings are lacking certain starters on the offensive line, which is key as well. So, I mean, as beat up as we are, they're in the same boat. It's just a matter of getting to the quarterback.
Brian, um, I'm not one of these guys. I'm when Sean Desai arrived here, right? I had a clean slate. What JG did is what JG did. He's in Arizona. We moved on. The game plan on Sunday, it was very reminiscent to what JG was doing, right? That Patriots offensive line was missing 3 of their starters, and yet there was barely any pressure on Mac. We almost got it there, but the numbers weren't there. Like you said, I agree with you wholeheartedly. If you want to slow down this passing attack, we'll talk about the offense. I think the offense is a big part of this,
Mm.
but you need to get to Kirk. And we know when you rattle Kirk a little bit, it gets a little bit difficult for him as well, man. Dude, we need to see some pressure. If need be, dial up some sacks, but you got to alleviate some pressure from that back 7, man. And I agree with you, dude. Carter and Davis, man. Wow.
They're the real deal. It's amazing to see this. The fact that the Eagles were actually both able to get both of them in back-to-back drafts. It's remarkable.
And you know what else too, Brian? Like nobody talked about Milton Williams' production too on Sunday as well. And so like if Cox is out, that's like the only thing like I would look forward to, because I really do want to see Milton Williams with some more reps, because he's a guy who's very versatile. In his first year, he played a little defensive end. He's
Mm.
more suited as a D tackle, especially in the system, man. But no, I'm with you. That D line and just in general, the pressure has to get there. We got to help. We got to help out our offense here, man. But I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried about what Kirk and these guys can do, man. But I do think, Brian, a big part of tonight, keep the best way to keep this offense off the field is rushing that ball, man. And you need to rush
Hmm.
the ball enough there, man, dude. And obviously, no Kenneth Gainwell, like we mentioned as well. What do you see from this offense here today against the Vikings?
So that's the one thing that's it's a little worrisome, right? I mean, because Sirianni didn't see too how can I say this, committed to the idea of DeAndre Swift, which is to me is the weirdest thing in the world, especially when you trade for him in the draft to bring him to ideally replace what Miles Sanders left behind, especially Rashad Penny as well, who was a healthy scratch. A little surprised to see Boston kind of ahead of Rashad Penny, to be honest. But it's a matter of the Eagles coaching staff just not outsmarting themselves, right? It's good to be intelligent. It's good to be, one of the smartest people in the room, but don't get arrogant to the point where you think you're the smartest person in the room and you start doing things to dumb yourself down. I think that's the key thing, that you got to run the ball. I mean, you got to keep Jalen healthy. You got to run the ball to open up the passing attack, and you got to get the ball into the hands of Dallas Goedert, AJ Brown, and Devontae Smith.
And for people who remember last year's game, I was watching it today. Dude, we dominated the ground, man, and we dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides. And when you're running and like I was talking about this earlier today with my future father-in-law. It's crazy to say that, but I was talking to him earlier today, and like, to me, it's not a diss on Jalen, but to me, you still need to control the game with the run game. And that just opens everything up because, dude, I mean, Devontae and AJ and Dallas can get open. But when you're running the ball and it's effective and you're bringing up those linebackers and those safeties, that just opened things up. And that's something that you got to do here. Get back to that here, because I feel like they were forcing stuff as well on Sunday. It just looks so discombobulated, not as smooth as it did at times last year, Brian.
Yeah, it just looked completely disorganized. And you said it right there, right? They were forcing it. They weren't letting the game come to them. And that's the key thing. I feel like they were trying to make Kenny Gainwell something that he's not at this very moment. Which, I'm a big Gainwell fan. I think the world of him. But at this very moment, you're supposed to be having a running back by committee, and to have Gainwell have literally almost like 80% of the shares just makes zero sense. Um, it was just a weird, like, they treated it like a preseason game, and it was at the wrong time against the wrong coach.
Yeah.
Somehow they came off, unscathed, and they ended up winning the game somehow, some way.
Yeah, dude, it was. I mean, Bill's one of the best all time, especially game plan, especially defensive minds. You give him all off season. That's what's going to happen here, man. See, O'Connell and the Vikings should come up with a similar game plan. And what hurts us a little bit as well and helps them is, dude, they're motivated not only from last year, but they lost week 1
Hmm.
against the Bucks, and so they're coming here looking to spoil things in the opener here against us in the home opener. And it should be interesting. On the backs point, so, I mean, I hope we can expect Penny to be activated today with
Yeah.
the Gainwell injury. So how would you, for you personally, if you're Brian Johnson, how do you split the carries between the backs?
To be honest, it's my main focus is Rashad Penny and DeAndre Swift. You want to have Rashad Penny in there to start off the game, in my opinion, because a back like him is going to wear down defenses. A back like him is going to, allow the passing attack to be that what's it called, that dangerous. And then DeAndre Swift, you bring him in and you have a running back that can play in the slot, that could be a wide receiver, that could do multiple things back there, and right there, you're keeping the defense honest. um Again, I get what they're trying to do with Kenny Gainwell. He's homebred and he's the guy that they want going forward, but Howie Roseman did not bring Rashad Penny and DeAndre Swift to not use them at the end of the day, right? Like, this isn't, two running backs that are bums. These guys, they can do a lot of damage.
Don't treat Penny like, remember Jordan Howard, man.
Yeah, like, I mean, it reminds me of LeGarrette Blount a little bit, because
Yeah.
remember, they weren't using LeGarrette a lot. Like, they were giving him minimal carries at first, and then I know where they started using him a lot more. Then we got Jay Ajayi, and then Jay Ajayi wasn't getting a lot of carries. It's growing pains, right? At the end of the day, but this is why you play preseason football. This is why you put your starters in for 1 or 2 drives, and the Eagles shot themselves in the foot this season by not doing that.
Yeah, that was interesting by Sirianni, kind of bringing himself back to that. So, what do you expect next year for the preseason? You think that he will finally bring him out for more than one series?
Yeah, you have to. I mean, it's the only way you can knock off Russ. And last year it worked in their benefit, right? Because they had the consistency of personnel. You had Miles Sanders coming back. You know where you had it.
Yeah.
You had all the regular guys you had a season prior. This year you have a lot of different ingredients in offense, and to not try it out against in actual game time is, to me, it's a little foolish.
Who on offense do you think is going to have that big game here for the Birds?
It's going to be Dallas Goddard. They're going to force it to him. And it's going to, one thing about Goddard is, like, even if you are forcing it to him, the guy knows how to get open, and he knows how to get yak. Like, his yards at the carry are phenomenal for a tight end.
Yeah, I agree, man. Let's throw a little tight end screen too. I haven't seen
Exactly. That's the sauce right there. That's the spice.
that. Yeah, especially when you got those linemen that can get out there and block, dude. Dude, Jurgens' athletic ability, man. I saw that on full display on Sunday, man. It's
It's
awesome.
phenomenal, and it kind of threw me off with the run game because I feel like and forget correct me if I'm wrong, but the run game just felt very vanilla. Like I felt like they were running up the middle every single time, as opposed to letting the big guys just run off to the side and allowing the running back to follow them. It felt a little bit of lack of creativity on their part.
Dude, it may not be the most creative thing, but it's what's so effective. That the RPOs are really what works well with this offense because when you have the threat of a run from a quarterback like Jalen
Hmm.
Hurts, the weapons, and he can now obviously he can sling that rock around. Those RPOs are really really dangerous. I want to see them get back. I want to even if we lose tonight and it's a close game, I want it to feel more like the Birds last year, right?
Hmm.
Like running the ball, controlling the clock. I mean, if they do these things, like they should be able to win. But week one just did not feel very much like what we were used to last year from the Birds. But they were able to find the win, and that felt like the Birds because not every week's gonna be easy in this league, but you got to find a way to get the dub, and that's what they did. One thing I want to ask you real quick because I didn't get to ask you about with the defensive part, but I'm a little concerned about the linebacker position. After the N'Kobe Dean injury news was a real big bummer, man. And now rolling out Cunningham and Ellis. Cunningham has had a resurgence, and I don't think
Hmm.
he's really been deserving of this opportunity. But I don't feel too confident, especially with the depth as well, Brian.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a sore subject, right? Because this has been something that's been repetitive over the last couple of seasons, where they just don't invest in linebackers, and to not invest in the depth because they went heavy on the defensive line. Um, they didn't invest in much in depth for the linebackers or safety, but I feel personally like safety is a bigger cause for concern, just because they started Justin Evans last week, and you kind of saw what they're lacking, right? And I'm curious to see if they start Sidney Brown. With the linebacker position, I'm not too concerned because they did have Terrell Edmonds down there a lot in the box. So I would expect to see a heavy dose of him down there, which means we should get a heavy dose of the rookie, Sidney Brown, up top.
Imagine Sidney Brown just like lays out Justin Jefferson.
Oh my, I'm itching for it. It's just like a welcome to the NFL moment. Like, what better way to do that? And at the link, home opener, you lay out Justin Jefferson. It's an incomplete pass, and you just make your mark. Like, that's my big. That was actually one of my bold predictions on for the Eagles today. Is
Okay.
Sidney Brown making his mark, letting the world know, like, hey, like I'm here, kind of thing.
Dude, the Lincoln Financial Field is going to have the biggest earthquake Philly's ever seen, man. If that happens,
Oh man, that'll be phenomenal.
it would truly be phenomenal. If the Vikings win tonight, what's the reason why?
Uh, Poor game planning, honestly. I think that's the key thing. I mean, what I liked from the defense was the defensive line rotation. You saw a lot of Milton Williams, Jalen Carter, and Jordan Davis on the field together
Yeah,
at the same time. They got a little creative on the defensive side, which I liked a lot. But I feel like it's mostly going to ride on the offense. Like if we're going to see the Vikings put up big numbers, you gotta fire back. You gotta let Jalen Hurts loose. He didn't look loose at all on Sunday. He looked very reserved. Like he just wasn't allowed to do what he wanted to do. Like he was being too cautious. You gotta loosen up. You just gotta be yourself. Injuries are part of the game. It is what it is. Yeah, you got a big contract, but we're not gonna. Philadelphia's not gonna turn this back on Jalen Hurts of all people.
yeah, especially after last year, man. He really set himself well here in this city, man.
Yeah, I
Any,
agree.
you have any fantasy players tonight?
I actually have Jalen and AJ.
Okay, okay.
They're in my dynasty league. And it came out kind of flat week one, so they kind of shot me in the foot. But yeah, I mean, if they could get going today, that'll be beautiful. At least like 2 touchdowns apiece.
Yeah, right. For sure, for sure. Let's get that score prediction, Brian. It's Thursday night football, Birds and Vikings. Eagles fans love clowning the Vikings fan. I'm excited for the atmosphere more than anything, man.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. I mean, they had this whole thing going on where you have to like turn on the app as soon as you sit down at 8 o'clock or something to
Oh,
match
really?
the lights. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that going around.
Okay, okay. I know what you're talking about. I haven't heard about that, but okay. That should be fun, man. But what's that score prediction? What do you think's gonna happen tonight?
I'm going with it's gonna be 30 Birds 35, Vikings 28. I think the
Okay.
Eagles actually do slip out with a win. I think they get creative on offense because they don't want to like. It's weird in the NFL, right? It's not like baseball where if you lose one game, you're okay. Like you have 161 more. No, if you lose one game in football, you still have about not too many to go. So you have to be very cautious. I think they show up tonight. I think the defense has a feasting on Kirk Cousins, and I also think that that Jalen Hurts actually just puts his foot in the ground and says, "I'm here."
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I mean, get an early lead on the division. I mean, I don't know about you, but the Cowboys, Giants, and Commanders are not
Yeah.
really worrying me too much. But got to get a good foot on the ground for the division, man, for sure. Were you watching the game tonight, Brian?
Right here from home. Peace
Right
and
in the
quiet.
lab, man. I like that.
Yeah.
Same here, man. Brian Cameron, man. I really do appreciate you. Real quick, before we let you go, man, if you could just plug away. We love flipping the birds here, man. We love Philly Sports Network. Please let the people know where they can find your work, man.
Yeah, definitely. I'm heavy on Twitter or X, I guess you could call it now.
Like,
at B Cameron. Yeah, it's weird calling it X, right? At B Cameron PSN. We're posting articles every day. Managing editor for Philly Sports Network's Eagles team, and then also co-host of Flipping the Birds every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. We're bringing you chaos and beautiful Eagles talk.
hey, go birds, Brian. We'll talk to you soon, brother.
All right, have a good one, man.
You too. Thank you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Cameron, please make sure you guys show some love and support. Make sure you guys follow him and the rest of the guys over at Philly Sports Network. They're doing a great job as well. But I mean, look, let's just be blank. Let's just be honest here. Tonight's not gonna be easy. I really don't see a way that this will be easy. The pieces they are missing are big. I do feel like you can do yourself a favor, and that's really on offense. You got to run the ball tonight. The fact of the matter is, you have to run the ball. You run the ball, you gain those yards, you bring up those linebackers, you bring up those safeties, you have those guys respect the crap out of it. That's why you were so successful last year. That's why this was one of the best offenses last year, because teams were forced to respect the run game of the Birds. And when you have weapons like A.J. Brown and Dallas Scott or Devontae Smith, you don't have to game plan. Those guys will find a way to get open. Like everyone was like, what's the game plan? Dude, Steichen's game plan last year wasn't that difficult. Obviously, the execution part is tough, and that's what they did last year. But, dude, it's not that complicated. You have one of the best lines, one of the best rushing attacks. And yes, you have one of the best passing attacks, but, dude, do it a favor. Do it a favor. And I mean, if it does become a shootout, I don't know if the Eagles can outlast them. Vikings defense is solid. I don't know if the Eagles defense can keep up though with what they've been missing, especially in that second. I mean, there was question marks on this defense before the season even started. Now we're dealing with injuries. I don't know how easy it's going to be, but I do think the Eagles will win. I don't think that it'll be as E-Money is giving us Vikings 3, Eagles 57. And I love the optimism that Eagles fans are giving, but in the reality of the situation, I think he's going to be possibly like a 4-point win here for the Birds. I could see like a 27-23 victory here for the Eagles. And I think that the Eagles will be able to, if they can control the clock, that'd be great. And by the way, if anyone is wondering, if you have no plans tonight, we will be live again for Wednesday night watch along. Obviously, it's Thursday night, but that's because we wanted to do it for the Birds. So we'll be live. Game's supposed to start at 8:15, so we'll go live at 8. Hopefully they don't take too long with the kickoff, but obviously we will be live for that. And of course, hopefully they run the ball enough. Hopefully both teams runs the ball enough so that kills the clock. And we're not here till 1 o'clock in the morning because your boy gotta wake the fuck up tomorrow morning, man. Yes, Vikings on primetime football. Although I think if I remember correctly, Kirk does do well on Thursday. It's Monday night where he does, and Sunday night where he does bad. I'd have to double check, but I'm sorry to say I'm a huge Philly fan, but I'm assuming you're talking about the Phillies. Dude, I get that, man. I completely get that. We just have to hope that the Phillies find a way to turn it on like they did last year. Everything just clicked, and it really started with that St. Louis series in the playoffs. That wasn't a series; that was just one game. But dude, that gave the Phillies the confidence they needed to go on to the run that they did, man. Beating the Braves, shellacking the Padres. That was fun, man. We'll see, man. Right now, let's talk some Flyers. You want to talk Flyers? I did see something today about the Flyers. So there is camps going on right now in Voorhees, development camps, if I'm not mistaken. Ian, if you're around still, you definitely please give us an update here. I know Ian is more on top of the Flyers than I am, at least until the season starts. But I think development camp is going on right now in Voorhees, and Sean Couturier and Cam Atkinson were there today, and from my understanding, they looked impressive. So that's really good to hear that those guys look impressive, especially because like Sean, the concern is real just because of his future in the league. He's had back surgeries, back procedures. That's not good news when you're an older player in the league. So I'm really hoping that he bounces back just for his career in general. I do feel like if Sean comes back, and I guess you can go with Cam as well. If Sean and Cam come back and they're tearing it up in the first half of the season, that like they for sure can. I mean, those are some key trade assets come deadline time. So we'll see how those guys hold up for the season. Ooh, this is fun. Oh, here we go. Flyers fan. Okay, change it up. I like it. Let's follow Mayor Media. Make sure you guys follow Mayor Media. I like that. I guess he was at practice today. TK, Coots, and Tippett on a line? Oh, man. Cover your ears, kids. That got me horny. Fuck. TK, Coots, and Tippett? Yes, please. Please. I love that. I love that. And dude, this is why we love Ian, man. It's never easy. They've got the leadership factor. Yes, they do. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought he was good on Thursday Night Football. I thought I heard that, but for sure. Okay. Hey, listen, I never get worried about Kirk Cousins. Richie is the Flyers hockey fame. Yeah, rookie camp. Yeah, rookie camp. So I did see Mark. Yeah, but so if it's rookie camp, why are there vets there? Like I saw Mark Stahl there as well. So it's interesting. I'm sorry, TikTok. I know I've been ignoring you. That's my fault, guys. I apologize. We've been having Brian here on Brian Cameron from Philly Sports. Like Keith, go Birds! Fly Eagles fly! Go Birds! Go Birds! Go Birds! Go Birds! Sheffield Shuffler! What's up, brother? Go Birds! My man, make sure you guys follow Sheffield Shuffler. That's the man. That's the dude. I thought it said Anthony Gargano. I was like, what? We got the Kush. Yo, the Kush might be in some trouble. I'm just saying. Nah, I hope everything works out well for both sides. Beat the Vikings. We're trying, man. We got a Bears fan. We got a Chicago guy. Zach Levine the GOAT. Yo, Zach Levine the GOAT. Come to Philly, bro. Come to Philly, man. You know you want to come to Philly. We'll try, man. We'll try to beat the Vikings. We'll try, man. What's up, Dylan? What's going on, brother? How you feeling, man? Keep tapping away, guys. I appreciate it. Vets do come in preseason in a couple of weeks. So but what is this I'm seeing here on social media then? Like I'm seeing stuff from today. Yeah, this is today. TK, Coots, and Tippett. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, Tyson Forster worked out mostly locally almost all summer. Okay, Forster stayed in the area. Okay, we like that. Yeah, here's a little bit of a video. First off, let me get out of here because that doesn't help me to show you guys what I want to show you guys. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for Flyers hockey. You know what? It's exciting because like there's nothing more frustrating to like go into the season and not know what to expect. But now I know what to expect, and I don't mind watching young assets if that's what we're gonna do. But if we're not, there's no point. But all right, so let's see. I'm see if I can find Coots and find Atkinson. I found Tippett. Tippett is the guy now in the orange jersey in center ice. Yeah, I can't find him, but it's a 3-on-3. I gotta get down to the skate center myself, man. Oh, it is 5-on-5. Okay, it is 5-on-5. I thought I saw 3-on-3. Oh, here we go. Back door. Ooh. Oh man, this is getting me excited for hockey. All right, cool to see. Oh, she's got some more clips. Okay. This is from Gina Ham. I think she's with Philly Inquirer, if I'm not mistaken. Good reporter as well. We only got good reporters in Philadelphia. Only good reporters. I'm not gonna lie, this hoagie's making me hungry. I haven't eaten since my workout, so I'm pretty hungry. Pretty hungry. Oh, we got a Vikings fan in the building. It says Vikings all the way. I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I like I like the birds tonight, man. I like them birds. Listen, it truly wouldn't shock me if we lost tonight. But you still have enough to win, and that is the point here. Oh, here we go. Here you go, guys. You guys want to see? You guys want to see the proof? Proof in the pudding. Here you go. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Cam. This guy's still going at it. I'm in the minority when I say give the seat to Coots, but I stand by it. Okay. I mean, why would you give the captaincy to a guy that might get traded? I mean, that doesn't make sense whatsoever. But hey, it is what it is. All right, guys, we're gonna head out here. Reminder again, 8 p.m. tonight. We are back for the Wednesday night watch along, but it's the special edition because it's Thursday night, of course. So we go live for 8 for the Birds. Of course, if you guys are an Eagles fan, heck, if you're a Vikings fan, come on in. Let's hang out. Only good vibes allowed. If you're not here for good vibes, then please don't show up. So we'll be live at 8. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Until tomorrow. Actually, we'll be back on Monday. This is it for the week, guys. We'll be back on Monday. Until then, I love you guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button here on YouTube. Subscribe for more. Follow us wherever, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok especially. Subscribe wherever stream podcasts. We're live on Citywide Special. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name of El Parcero Philly. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. And of course, come on!